Hey guys, so this week in math we're going to talk about rounding, and we're specifically talking about rounding in the tens place. And when you round numbers, you take a number and you turn it into a number that's going to end in zero. And right now we're rounding in the tens place. And a good rule of thumb with rounding that I learned when I was a kid was the mantra of 5 up, so meaning you'd round the next number up, or 4 down. So when we're rounding, we want to do a couple things. You want to first mark your place value. So if I'm rounding in the tens and my number is 237, I want to mark my tens place. So it's going to be that digit 3 is in the tens place, which is 30. Then I need to look next door, and this is going to be the back door. So I'm looking at my 3. I'm looking at the number that comes before it in the ones place, which is a 7, and using my mantra 5 up, 4 down. Well, 7 is greater than 5, so I'm going to need to round this 3 up. So that comes in with the next rule of 5 or greater, you add 1 more. So 237 becomes 240. Now you're going, well, you only told me to look at the number that came before the tens place. Right. So the number in the front stays the same. You don't do anything with what comes first. So if you see there's a 2 in the hundreds place here, there was still a 2 in the hundreds place here. But because we rounded up, the 3 in the tens place became a 4, and the 7 in the ones place was now a 0 because we rounded. So the last thing you need to remember is that the number behind the number you're rounding becomes a 0. So 0 is their name. Here's a little picture to go with that 5 up, 4 down. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're rounding down. If the number before is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to go ahead and round up. So that is your kind of reminder for rounding. Remember, 5 up, 4 down. Say it with me. 5 up, 4 down. 5 up, 4 down. And now we're going to do just a little bit of practice. So, round to the nearest 10. The number is 547. I'm going to have that just right here so you can kind of still see 5 up, 4 down. 547 is about, so I want to mark my place. I'm going to look at the back door. It's a 7, 5 up, 4 down. 7 is greater than 5, so I'm going to round up. So 550. 547 is about 550. Let's try again. 273 is about, well, I need to mark my place. I need to look at the back door. 3 is less than 5, so I need to round down. You're right, down. So this becomes 270. 273 is about 270. Let's try one more time before we work on this with an addition problem. So 325 is about, what should I do? Right, mark it. So mark my 2 that's in the tens place. Then I need to look at the back door, you're right. 5 is 5, what is it? It's the same as 5, so, but what was that mantra? 5 up, 4 down, so 5 is still going to make us go up, so 330. 325 is about 330. Great job. So now when we put this to an addition problem, we need to do 336 adding 42. And we're going to do with rounding, it's an estimate. You're not going to get the exact answer, and that's okay. That's the point. So first, let's round 736. Looking at the back door, 6 is greater than 5, So we know it's going to be 740 adding 42. Okay, we're still rounding the tens. Looking at the 4, look at the back door, which is 2. We need to round down. So 740 adding 40 is about, well, I know I can add these side to side, but if you need to stack it, stack it. 0, 0, 4, 4 is 8. Let's just go straight down. So 740 adding 40 is about 780, and that would make sense because if I did my full check of 736 add 42, it's going to be 778. When you see how close those are, that is what makes sense. When you see this, that's what makes sense, is when you round, it should be about that number. All right, I have given you a assignment in your workbook. Go ahead and give that a try. I know you can do it. Message me or dojo me if you have any questions. All right, good job, guys.